Okay. I think it's finally working. Guess we'll wait a moment and see. Well, if you're seeing this, cool. Welcome and thanks for the stream. Thanks for coming to the stream. Having a little bit of video issues today. Not sure why. I apologize if video content quality is not that hot. I'm not sure what's causing the issue. Everything's set up correctly, but trial and error, right? Let's see. If you are seeing or hearing this, hey, a thumbs up or hi in chat to anybody. If you wouldn't mind throwing something in there. Does not seem to be doing a lot for me. Thinks we have no video. Hello, James. See you saying hello in chat. By any chance, are you able to see or hear anything that I am saying? Hey, I think the video finally started to kick in. Try this. Far so good. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, everything is seems to be okay. I don't know why it's being picky. We're gonna start. Hello, Adam. Welcome, welcome. So I just fired this world up. I haven't moved 2 feet yet. So right now we are going to just check a couple of things here. Let's turn down some of the music and such. I don't want to mess with it too much before we got up and going. Players 50%. Hello, Teresa. You can see and hear me. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's turn that down. That's good. Ambient environment. Let's turn that a little bit more because the waves are loud for the animals. Music is off. Good. There we go. All right, so today we are starting a new mod pack, Roguelike Adventures and Dragons. Now, I've glanced around a world. I fired up in creative and just kind of flew around to see what kind of stuff was available, and it looks interesting. Looks like there's some stuff to do. It's got a lot of the dungeons and stuff, it looks like, from RLcraft. I spawned me right here on the edge of this little ocean, and the game's being just a smidge laggy while I get up and going. Hopefully that's not going to be very long. But I started right next to this little sand castle, so I thought, hey, what a good spot to try. Let's see if we can get across the water without drowning. I'm expecting a little bit of lag, at least while everything boots up. So just flying around in creative, I found something. I'm not going to talk about it, because if I find it again, it's going to be an adventure. But I found something that was just literally mind-boggling, and I'm going to be looking for something like that on this world, just to see if together we can figure out what it does. Hopefully that's slightly of a tease for you. Coyote. Hello. Go catch you a roadrunner. All right. So I'm on the edge of a desert. I'm hopefully not on an island, but it looks like I might be on an island. Really hoping for some trees and stuff. Yeah. Break a couple things. It doesn't do anything. I really need, like, in there, it's cool and all, but I don't have any stuff to go in and mess with it. So we need to find a... That sounds like a snake. All right, well, I'm hoping this is not an island. I'm hoping there's at least one tree so we can get wood to leave it if it is an island. So, whoop, water in there. Coyotes. A little bit of a cave. If this is an island, we may be in a bit of a struggle because we have no wood. But that's all right. Together we will forge new lands. Seek out conquest. To boldly go where no Draven has gone before. And it's a new world, so technically I haven't gone anywhere, so that's an achievement regardless, right? Uh-oh. Alright, this is definitely looking like we might be, we might just straight up be on an island. Now, I've played the game a little bit. Excuse me. I didn't really have any lag issues playing it. That's a lot of rattlesnake noises. So hopefully it does not lag too bad while we are playing. I don't think you can use bamboo as anything specific, can you? We can break one. I don't think that counts as wood. Okay. It does not. All right, we'll keep going that way, and maybe that'll lead us to some new lands. So basically what I can tell, this is a very quest-based. The stuff that comes with them, there's a lot of magic stuff. There's wizards' towers, and you can learn different spells and things, and very quest-oriented. Oh, that's that normally means there's an underground dungeon right around here, but I don't have the wood to mess with it. We are, looks like a tree up there. Tree means wood. Wood means boat. Boat means, you know, I can go places. This is an island that's not very cool. But yeah, there's like mage towers, and it's got the dragons, so we do have flappies to deal with. I did get slaughtered by one just flying around in creative. Well, I didn't. I switched over to. I gave myself some gear and then switched over to a survival just to see if I could take one out. All right. Okay. Well, this maybe isn't an island then. Is it getting dark already? Good night. So, thank you all for coming by today on this, quarantine episode. And we will hopefully find many cool things. I need to find a place to build a house. That is imperative. We need to find a starting spot. Did I get wood from them? I didn't. And it's getting dark already, and that's dangerous. I really don't want to start here because there's not a lot around me. I was hoping to get to a place that was a little bit more forested or, you know, material looking. But that may pose a problem because I can't die. I have too much stuff on me that you start with in this thing to lose. So, let's see. I've got a little bit of wood now. It's all desert. It could actually be an island. So one cool thing about this this mod pack is that it starts you with a blueprint for a house. And if I pop that down, I get a house. Like a whole house. Just for Draven. It's got all the basic stuff you need in it to get started in the game, but I don't want to stick it on this island. I'm not going to be here very long. That's an issue. Whoa. Okay, let's hurt a little bit. Let's go over here. Ooh, a little hurt, not bad. Ow. Lay pang. All right. Cool. There's a skeleton. All right, so I'm feeling like we are on an island. We are going to need to get off of this island. All right. Real quick, let's go ahead and make ourselves a boat. We'll need a crafting station first. That. A little bit of lag still. Come on, come on. Before everything comes and kills me. Go. Table. I'm going to sacrifice this crafting table. It's purely just to get us a boat. At least on the water at night, we won't die. It kind of sucks. It started me right before nighttime, though. All right. Seek out new lands. The SS Draven. Hopefully you're all having a good day. I know that the week just started. I almost said good week. It's technically Monday, but right now in quarantine world, the days kind of run together. Today I had to take all 3 of our new kitties for their first official vet visit. That was an adventure. Let's see, what else? Turn up brightness. Good job. Yes, sir. I can do that. And Teresa, going to be lurking. Assignment due tonight. Okay, that's cool. Hey, no worries. I understand. Video settings. Blah. Where would that be? Graphics. Smooth lighting. Scale. Brightness moody. There we go. Wow. Super bright. Almost doesn't even make it night. Whoa, wizard's house. There's a little wizard's house. I really don't have anything to go into the wizard's house. I have no reason right now. I don't have any spell books or anything yet. So I'm not really going to go in there. And it's still on a desert. I'm really looking for a slightly better biome to start everything in. I will say the stuff that you come across, like towns and things, there's not as many of those as you would normally find, or that you would sometimes find in the recent mod packs we've been doing. But there's still plenty of stuff to do, so I'm excited to get into it, because I haven't really dug into this yet. Doug, Minecraft joke. But, so this is a very large, deserty biome we're kind of stuck in, and I don't like it. I want some trees. I'm not an elf, but I do like forests. So I took the 3 kitties for their vet appointment today. All of them are pretty good. One of them has a little bit of a eye-watering thing, so we're having to put some little stuff in her eyes. But other than that, everybody's pretty good. Oh, I just lagged, so we'll wait a moment. What else? I found an interesting thing I'm going to do a tutorial on for Sky Factory. It's going to be something kind of cool. Some people already know. I'm not going to mention it because it's something I've never come across and I didn't realize was there. It's very, very minor, but it has the potential to be really, really cool. So I'm excited to see how it works because I've just started fiddling with it myself. And I apologize, I'm lagged out again. We're going to have to wait a minute. But you'll see a tutorial on that this upcoming weekend. I got to play test it a bit, make sure that I'm understanding it myself before I put it out there to anybody else. But definitely gives some interesting ideas. So I've got that. He says, I can die without your remarks. No, it's just not the same without you laughing, Teresa. What else? Other than that, incredibly sad thing I have to report. I do have to go back to work tomorrow. So I'll have a moment of silence and mourning for my days off that are about to die. I have to go back to work, and that'll be all right. Still working from home, though. That's pretty cool. Had to run out today and just pick up a couple little things at a store near the house. And it's interesting to see how many people masked up, gloved up, and such like that. Very, very cool to see everybody taking it seriously. Adam says, the suspense is killing. Excellent. That was exactly what I was trying to do. I know my boat's probably just sitting there in the water, but on my screen, it's still just lagging. So we will see as we're loading up. What's one thing with, especially when you're early on, when I'm in a boat, the land and everything is having to spawn a little bit quicker than normal as you're zipping along. Same issue if you're in creative and you're flying. That can sometimes cause some additional lag as the game is trying to generate stuff a little bit faster than. Still working on potentially trying to do some upgrades for the computer here in the near future. We will see if that works out. If so, any of it works out, it should definitely be a major improvement overall. Let me see. Interesting food finds. Here's your food question for the day. Oh, and what's that? Neon says, working from home is at least easier. Oh, yes, I love working from home. I would even consider taking a bit of a pay cut to do this permanently. Just the money I save on. I went and got gas today for the first time in like 3 weeks. The only reason I did that is at the vet, I knew I was going to have to sit outside with the air conditioning on because you're not allowed to go in. They just come get the pets in and then take them in by themselves. So I knew we'd be sitting there for a while with the AC on. Yeah, I'm not spending money on gas. Probably spending a little bit more on snacks overall, but I'm also getting to eat better because I can actually make a meal for lunches and such, so that's nice. I know I'm old because on my days off, I find myself napping on the couch for an hour or so. I did that again today, and it was nice. But here's our food question for the day, because, you know, as a fat guy, I like to pose food questions to people. Food question is, there are brands of snack cakes out there, Little Debbie being one of the more common ones. There's also, I think, Mrs. Freshly's is one, and then there's Hostess is another one. Now, Hostess is the one that makes your original Twinkies, ice cream filled cupcakes. Little Debbie has things like your Swiss rolls, your strawberry rolls, and Miss Freshly's is kind of a generic of all those things. So I would ask, do you have a favorite brand of snack cakes? And what is your favorite snack cake? It doesn't have to be a cake, that's just what they're called, you know. You got things like your peanut butter bars, you got your oatmeal cream cookies, you got your fudge rounds, you got your Star Crunches, peanut butter, or you got with the walnut brownies, you got your cosmic brownies. Twinkies, as we mentioned, is another big one. I'd be interested to know, do you have a preference for snack cake brand? And do you have a preference for snack cake? I will say that I've always been partial to the Swiss roll. Probably one of my favorites. That I find more commonly in Debbie type thing. But for quality, I feel Hostess is a little bit higher. I mentioned that because I got these today. These little ice cream filled cupcakes. I haven't had these since I was a kid. And just biting into this, I got it from a box at a dollar store. I'm like, ugh, these are probably funky. They are just way better than most of the snack cakes that I normally find at places. I'm like, they're a little bit more. I was like, maybe I need to dig in some more Hostess stuff. Maybe. But snack cakes away. Enjoy the Star Crunch, says Neon. And Adam's just starting a Chunk Norris world. Got to be built. Star Crunch is good. I like Star Crunch. I'm not doing as much crunchy stuff as I used. Hopefully the game is not completely lagged out on us. If so, we will boot it up again. Luckily, this one does not take a really long time to boot up. But it is the first time we're trying to stream it, so we will see if it's a little bit much for the PC here. Still says it's loading, so I'm trying not to mess with it for a minute. So I apologize for the delay. Let's see. Yesterday was our Sunday morning stream, and we played some Jackbox with the community. Got to see a lot of faces pop in we don't normally see, and some new faces just in general. It was overwhelmingly successful. There were a lot of people that came by. We had like 100 people swing by on that stream, which, you know, the 2 weeks ago when we did the previous Sunday morning as a Minecraft thing, there was a decent amount of people as well. But we had a lot of folks pop in to play some Jackbox, so that was really cool. We got a lot of new members and new people hanging out in the Discord and such, just people popping up. So that's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see how that works. The morning streams definitely letting people. There are a lot of people international who are jumping in there. Tree says, Hostess cupcakes that you bought, donuts including the small white sugar coating. Okay. Little powdered donuts. Those are good. I like the donuts that are like a brown, but they've got like almost like little nuts around them, little crunchies around them. I don't know what they're called. They come in the same thing. Those small ones. They got like a sugary crunchiness around them. Oh, looks like the game's starting to load up again. Cool. When it comes to little mini donuts, I prefer those. The chocolate ones don't really taste chocolatey to me. The chocolate they have them dunked in are just not that good. The powdered ones are good. Little mini glazed can be okay. I saw some mini strawberry ones today. I've never had those. There's our next question then. Donuts. Favorite donut? Favorite donut? Your favorite donut place? Well, that's a big thing here. Living in the South, it's a big fight between Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme. And I'm fat, so I like all of them. But some people are loyal to one brand over the other. Krispy Kreme is definitely a lighter donut, I find, for the majority of them, where Dunkin' is a bit more of a cake-style donut. I am a Bavarian cream fan. That's my favorite. Not the Boston cream. There's a difference. Boston cream has a white Cool Whippy looking icing in it. Bavarian has like a yellow custard in it. The yellow custard is drastically superior to the Boston cream. Nothing against Boston in general. I've never been there. I'm sure you're fine people. But the icing inside of those is, in my opinion, just a little bit too sweet. Just too much for an already sweet chocolate-covered donut. And then, of course, being Canadian, maple iced anything, phenomenal. Love maple flavoring. Let's see. It says there's a local place called Zombie Donuts, and it's really good. Zombie Donuts sounds interesting. I wonder is it an actual zombie theme? Do they do anything with that? Or, because there's people whose last name are just Zombie. I get calls from people whose last name was Zombie occasionally. So, at my job. So, they may just do that because that was the owner's last name. But Zombie Donuts, if done up as a theme, especially around Halloween, I don't know why there's not more small businesses wrapped around a horror theme. There are a lot of people out there that I think would be appeal for something like that, would just pull them in. And I'm not talking about, it has to be bloody and gory, but I mean, really, it's like you have a horror themed haircutting place. You go in there, it's Frankenstein, people dressed up, maybe got little masks or outfits on or whatever. You get your hair cut by, Frankenstein or whatever. That would be cool. But you think of little businesses, restaurants especially. I don't know why there aren't some horror themed restaurants. With food, you could have so many different regular type meals, but done up to look, even if they're regular meals, but named after scary stuff. It doesn't have to be all dressed in horror. The place could just look a little horror place. You have classic movie posters on the wall. People could still dress normal. But I just think that there would be a very good pull for that kind of thing. There are a lot of people that like horror movies, scary movies, and the classic stuff. I think that would be very, very cool. So with Zombie Donuts, if I went in there and the place you walk inside and it looks like an old house or rotting house from Evil Dead, or walk in, it looks like an old castle, Frankenstein looking thing with donuts in there, that would be the bomb. Let's see. She says family owned, named Pink and Chocolate Round, and bar donuts in donut holes. My wife's a big donut hole eater. She prefers those by far. Or if you're in Canada, they're called Timbits if you go to Tim Hortons, which personally I still feel is the superior donut place over Mr. C's or Dunkin' or Crispy. And everybody has donuts. There's some good mom and pop places, but For chains, I would say I still prefer Tim Hortons over everyone else. Adam says he's in Nova Scotia. I'm sure you know what I mean there. No one says it's a theme, I think. It's the theme of the donuts, not the shop. But that still works. If all the donuts are zombie bear claws, like a zombie claw, that could be kind of cool. I'm starting to feel I may have to reboot the game, folks, which I apologize for that. But it is taking a little bit too long to reboot here. So I think I'm going to have to force crash it, but that's all right. We'll hang out and chat a little bit more. Hopefully we can get this up and running, because I really, really wanted to jump into this mod pack, because what little I fiddled with it looked really, really cool. So real quick, let's do this. Over. Yeah, just as I was clicking over, the game crashed. So, all right. Do that. It'll take a moment to boot up. Sorry that I just got bigger and uglier in your screen, but it's better than you guys watching a big black screen while I'm waiting. Adam says Tim Hortons, yup. Tim Hortons, yup, is the correct answer. There is a donut that Tim Hortons has. I'm sure other people have it too, but I've yet to really find it at any of the chains down here. And it is called a maple walnut crunch. And it's a very dense chocolate / cake brownie kind of donut, but with walnuts mixed throughout it. And it is boss. It is a phenomenal donut, and Tim Hortons has it. And anytime I'm in and around Canada, I tear up some of those. Flat says, sweet Timmy's. It's what makes the day bearable. I hear that a lot. Now, I do not drink coffee. It's not my thing. I know that a lot of people do. Not knocking the folks that enjoy it. But I have never been much of a coffee drinker. I'm more of a hot chocolate guy on the rare time I do that. I just don't like hot drinks. Just don't really like hot drinks at all. It's more of a temperature than a flavor thing. And coffee just tastes horrible. But I like the smell. But I was told by my friends in Canada, back in the motherland where I grew up, that Krispy Kreme opened up there, and then it ended up closing down the ones that had popped up because it didn't do well, which a lot of people are, which he told me, attributed to a couple things. That people in the United States go to a donut shop to get a donut. And while they're there, they'll get a coffee. But that people who in Canada, or at least when they go to a donut shop, they go to get a coffee. They get a donut while they're there. The coffee is the priority over the donut when you go to Tim Hortons. I can believe that, because the last time I was up in Canada, this is a while ago, staying with my buddy Mike. Mike, probably one of my best friends since the 2nd grade. And Mike is the guy who introduced me to Dungeons & Dragons, to be honest with you. Mike, I was staying in his place. I crashed on his couch one night. I stayed at my grandparents', but I stayed at his place one night. And the next morning, he got up. I was laying on the couch. I heard him get up. He gets up, gets his boots on, and leaves. There's 3 or 4 inches of snow up there. Nothing real bad, but he just gets up and leaves about 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, got to run some errands, I guess. I went back to sleep on the couch. He shows back up about 15, 20 minutes later with a coffee for himself, coffee for his wife, and a hot chocolate for me. And he gives us this. And I'm like, okay. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, man, there's a coffee pot right there next to your refrigerator. And he goes, yeah, but it's not Timmy's. And I'm like, okay, you really like their coffee in the morning. That's fine. Well, I'm not done. So for the rest of the day and the rest of the few days I'm hanging out with him, he had a Timmy's coffee. If we went out somewhere, he drove through Tim Hortons and got a donut or got a coffee. That was his thing. And every time people came over, because his house was kind of the crash place, him and his wife's place, and so all their friends would come over and hang out. We'd do games and stuff, and video games and things. Somebody would call him, like, he'd just pick up, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, we're here. You want to come over 50 minutes? Sure, we'll take one. Everybody who walked through that door had with them Tim Hortons coffee for themselves and for everyone else that was already there. They would call and say how many people were there. They would show up with coffee. It would just they just lived on it. And there were times when I was driving that I could see a Tim Hortons in front of me, and I could see a Tim Hortons in my rearview mirror. They were that close. And I was just legit, I was blown away by it. I was like, that's more of those than I saw any type of McDonald's. I'm used to McDonald's being every other 5 feet, but I was not used to seeing Tim Hortons that much. I still remember it from being a kid, So maybe it was always that way and I just didn't notice it. But yeah, it was very interesting. And Mike told me, he goes, first time he goes, I went into a Krispy Kreme because I heard they had good donuts, so I said I'd go ahead and give them a shot. I went in and asked for a double double. Now, if you live down here, double double means 2 creams, 2 sugars, because in Canada, Tim Hortons, they put it in for you. And he tells me that, again, I'm not a coffee drinker, but he tells me that the upside of that is that when you're getting it, you know it's going to taste the same every time because it's getting the exact amount of sugar and cream as you've ordered each time. It's measured out, it's specific. You're getting the same flavor, so on. So he goes to Krispy Kreme and he asks for a double double, and they had no idea what he was talking about. And he's like, and he gave him a coffee and he hands him some cream and sugar packets. He goes, I about flipped that table. He's like, put my own cream and sugar in. The hell kind of a caveman place is this? Went on a bit of a tirade about it, and I cracked up. He's like, I didn't come here to put my own cream and sugar in. But just kind of shows the different mentalities of that, you know, like coffee is life at Tim Hortons. So I thought that was really, really interesting. I mean, I missed a few things in chat there. I was going on my story there. So they're saying I haven't seen the Walnut Crunch in a while. That makes me sad. I did enjoy them. But again, I've not been back to Canada in 10 to 12 years at this point. Hey, you. How you doing? Give me just a second. I got a kitty coming over here. Hey. The cats, since we brought them home from the vet, have been a little off. My kitty, you didn't know this, we just adopted 3 cats a week ago. My kitty, who is very lovey and cuddly with me, has not been very sociable since she got spayed a couple of days ago. In fact, she's been spending most of her time hiding underneath the futon down here in the basement. I have a couch across my futon. She doesn't really like to be touched. She came and slept with me one night for a few hours, but she's just been more hidey, and, you know, she's recovering. Hey, you. This is the first time she's come over to me in a week. Doing? That is the first time she's come up to me in a week, almost a week, so I'm pretty excited about that. I apologize. I'm crazy about my kitty, but I've been worried a little bit lately because she's been very antisocial, and she's been not letting anybody touch her. So, let's see. Let me see where I caught up. Not sure other places, but Nova Scotia, where I'm from, it's uncommon to be able to see 2 or sometimes 3. Hey, what are you doing? 2 or sometimes 3 Tim Hortons from any street level spot. Well, okay. Yeah, they're everywhere, man. People like them. I mean, I guess Starbucks down here is kind of becoming the same way. I mean, which, you know, again, it's more about the coffee. You get a breakfast thing while you're there. So I guess it's the same kind of idea. So maybe that's why it's working so well down here, is a lot of people feel that way. People here go to a donut shop and so on. Now, there's Dunkin' Donuts down here, and I know they're trying this fancy rebranding crap. And I like Dunkin' Donuts donuts. They have very good Bavarian cream, which we've already completely agreed 100% that it is the superior donut. They have pretty good ones. But, hey, you. Yeah. She's squeaking. Give me just a second. Squeaking like she wants me to follow her, and then she comes over, she gets 2 feet away, squeaks. I go to pet her, and then she walks away. So, I don't know. You may see me reach over occasionally. I apologize for the interruption. Just worried about my kitty. So, let's see. Yeah, so my wife loves Starbucks. Again, I don't drink coffee, but she likes all their frozen Malka, crappy frappuccinos, whatever it is. I just not my thing. But she enjoys their stuff quite a bit. So I go and get her those all the time. She likes the homebrew ones and such as well. Her and my mother-in-law are both coffee drinkers. We got one of them coffee drinkers. We put the little K-cups in it, I guess. So they like all that stuff. Hello. Hello. Oh, ran away. Okay. She came in, tapped my leg with her foot, and then ran away. So, yeah. So I have a lot of family in Nova Scotia, although I've not really been there. When I was there, I was a baby, kind of real small. We went over to Nova Scotia. I apologize for everybody just watching me today. I swear I am booting up Minecraft again. Promise there will be a game here. Yeah, so Starbucks down here is life for some people, much in the way Timmy's is life up there. But again, as Starbucks does not have quality snacks, because I have had a couple of their snacks, and they're not bad. They're just not worth what you're paying for. You know what I mean? I go in there, like, here, have this little tiny pastry that's basically a bite and a half for $6. I'm like, hey, a whole dozen donuts at any donut place for that price. Oh, well, maybe. Nowadays, they're a little more expensive. But still, for one little type of pastry that's adequate, that came pre-made, and they just had to pull it out. It's not like they bake them fresh every day, you know? I disapprove. So I'm not a big fan of Starbucks. But wife likes them, so I still go there. See what else do we want to touch on today. So as I say, yesterday's Jackbox stream went really well. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for everybody who came by. We had a great time doing a little bit of a morning AM stream. Now this upcoming Thursday will be our next 7 Days to Die stream. Now someone on the ODG Discord put an interesting post today, because I've been asking, is there any challenges people would like to see me do in 7 days, things that I could add or take away, things that might be interesting. And they recommended that I can't live in the same house after the 7th day. So after I build up my defenses and the 7-day horde comes through, the next day I have to up and move and leave. And I like that. That's a good idea. I can take whatever I can carry, but that's it. Anything else stays there. And we may put it, as a thing, like maybe down the road, it's like after 7 weeks of 7 days, I could cycle back to those houses or something like that. But it would definitely make things a bit more challenging, as I wouldn't be able to stockpile a lot of stuff because I'd have to leave a lot of stuff behind. So that's an interesting idea. We may add that to Thursday. I mean, still, it's going to take me probably at least 4 or 5 streams to hit 7th day. And then when that happens, I can up and go. And down the road, when I start getting vehicles and such, it means I can take a little bit more with me, which would be cool. But I liked that challenge, so I think that's something I'm gonna put in there. That whatever house I have, I'm gonna build it up for 7 days. But at the end of that 7 days, I gotta pack it up, and move it out, and I can only take what I have with me. So if I built up cool things like forges and workbenches, I gotta leave all that behind and start over again, and that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. I mean, I could build up the materials to make new ones and take those, but that's gonna take up slots, So I can only take what I can carry in my backpack. So I like that as a challenge. Still gives you 7 days to build up stuff. You can have a good amount of things, and then at the end of that, you're great to go. Teresa says, that sounds great, and not going back right away is awesome. That's what I thought. Yeah, so, and they recommended moving to a different house and leaving that house there. I'm going to take it a step further, and I think I'm going to have to move to a different city. I think that once I leave that city, I can't come back to that city. So I got 7 days to get as many houses knocked out and clean as many things out of them as I can to get the best loot. And then, hey, you. What's up? What's wrong? What's wrong? Come here. Come here. Ryan. You let me pet you now. Here. What are you doing? Okay, well, she's crying, and then we'll take it. It's the first time she's let me pet her in a while. I apologize. I'm taken by my cat. Just a little concerned. But we, yeah, that would be a cool idea. I would have to move. And I did something like that once before on Twitch when I was started streaming a long time ago. And I called it going nomad, where I could only keep what I could carry, except with them, I couldn't spend the night in the same building twice. So it meant that on the 7th day, I just had to find a building, load it up, and be defensive. But I don't think I'm going to go that extreme. I think that doing every 7 days moving is a little bit easier for the watching. So I do have a chance to build up some stuff. But it means, it takes away a lot of the stuff that used to be important, like building up a forge and filling it with materials so you could make lots of guns and bullets and things like that. A lot of that'll go away because I can't take it all with me. Adam says, question, what's your favorite Sky Factory 4 game type besides default Sky Factory Flying Cities is weird? I'm just saying. I'll be honest, it's pretty much the only one I've done. I haven't messed with many of the other ones yet. Give me just a second, if you would. Right back. One moment. No. Never been a squeaker before, but thought maybe there was no food in the food bowl. There is. She squeaks, but every time I go to touch her, she runs away. So, again, I apologize that I may have to slip out for a couple seconds every now and then to check on my cat. But she's been a little bit traumatized by the whole getting fixed thing, which, somebody who's messing with my Ghiblies, I'm sure that I would be unhappy about it as well. So, let's see. Sky Grid, and that was rough. Probably really enjoyed the Water World. Restart on an ocean. That could be interesting. Not tried any of those. But yeah, I've said mostly just with primary Sky Factory 4. And a lot of that's just because I spend most of my time trying to find new things to do tutorials on and how to make different things work. So it's a lot of fun. I like doing that. But once we got to streaming, it made a little bit more sense to try some different things that people, had something different to watch. What is it, Squeaky? What is it? She is squeaking like a crazy. I am drowning. Okay, give me a second. I came back into the game, but I'm literally drowning in the middle of an ocean. My boat is gone. I will switch over as soon as I get to shore so I don't die. Give me just a moment. Just a little bit of lag here. And there are some monsters in the water that I'm trying to avoid. Right, I'm almost on shore, and I don't think there's anything around me. The world's still a bit choppy here, so let it load up. Okay. All right, I am almost out of food. That's not good. All right, things are loading. Somehow we lost our boat, though. Hey, baby. What are you doing, Susie? Hippocampus. Oh, that's cool. Something in the game. All right, so now I think we can switch back over here. We're going to try. Hopefully this will not wear the game down too much. Hey, you. Yeah. Comes over like she wants a pet. As soon as I go to pet her, she runs away like I'm an attacker or something. Pressing. All right. So here we go. The game should be bumping up here now. I'm going to take a bite of this cupcake opened 15 minutes ago. Right. It looks like it's coming up here. So my end of the game looks like it's loading. I'm hoping it does. If it doesn't, I really apologize if we've got to crap out of this and play something different again. What is it, Squeaky Girl? What are you meowing so much for? She's hardly ever made a noise. All right. There's quite a bit of delay in the stream today, so what you're hearing me say now was probably 2 or 3 minutes ago. But game looks like it's working. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to waste wood to make another boat. It's going to be a problem, but we'll do that. This. I hear something rumbling, and I think it's honestly my belly. I may have to throw down and waste my house, which I really don't want to do. I hate using the boat because my concern is the boat's going to lag us again, so I'm just going to go really slow with it until we get through night. I'm going to kind of move a little bit at a time and let the world load up here. One flippity flap at a time. And speaking of flippity flaps, hopefully we don't come across a dragon that will eat my face, because that would be bad. Even if I could find a village in the desert, I might be okay staying there. Boy, is my stomach rumbling. I don't have any food. I'm not seeing anything that would provide me with food. Right. Probably make a wooden weapon and kill an animal or two if I need it, but would rather avoid that. So it turns out, I guess now you can, at least in original vanilla, you can jump in the water and actually beat up fish and get fish meat now, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that was an option. Saw that in one of the recent Achievement Hunter Let's Plays. So I'm looking for any type of land that just looks like any type of wooded biome at this point. Dragons are not too hard to kill with magic. And that's the thing, there's a lot of magic in here that looks very cool. I've not done a lot with magic type things. Oh, there's another wizard's tower. Well, at least we know, well, there's a couple wizard's towers there. I guess I'm assuming they're both wizard's towers. Right? What you guys are seeing now, I'm just watching the thing. I am a decent ways away from that. That looks like a cool little tower thing. But I'm not seeing some trees. That's all I want is trees, man. I need a place that has at least an adequate amount of wood so I can get farming. I'm also going to be a little bit more likely to find animals there that I can eat. All right, so I've gone all the way around. I'm just going to go straight across the ocean and see if we can get away from that biome. Let's see. Dragons are not too hard to kill magic. Couple of deaths and magic missile spam. All right. Well, it's cool there's magic missile in this. So, Neon, I have to ask, while you were playing this, in the middle of nowhere, did you come across any weird portals? Odd question, but it's important. Oh, there's a Guardian City. We don't want to go there. That's underwater Guardians. Let's stay away from them. Did you come across anything like a blue swirly portal? Because I did, and even in creative, it broke me. Not like broke the computer, just trying to figure it out was a challenge. The sun's coming up. Oh, don't lag on me again, buddy. I don't need that in my life. Take a moment to eat another cupcake bite. And it's lagging again. We will see. Hopefully it's just a momentary one. You can slap your house down to sleep and make another prefab, and yes. Portals everywhere. And it took you into a world of portals? Because it doomed me. Dang it. I was able to play just fine when I wasn't streaming. But looks like, once again, we hit a mod pack that my computer just may not be able to handle it and streaming at the same time. Will suck. Back to RL again. Again, for those of you hanging out on the stream, I appreciate you coming by, and I do apologize that this seems to be a consistent issue. I know that it can be frustrating trying to watch the stream and everything keeps going crazy and freezing and lagging out and such. I promise I'm doing my best to try to find a way to do some upgrades here. Just not sure if it's going to work out or not. We are trying to see if we can find a way to get a little money in here. Can I turn down my bits per second? No, I don't know. I don't even know where I would find that. Let's see. I doubt it'll let me do it while I'm streaming. Most of the settings things that I've found, you've got to do it between. If you try to do it during, it messes with stuff. Let's see. I'm just looking through, and I use Streamlabs OBS, so another thing, trying to find it in there. Which overall, I prefer it over normal OBS. Normal OBS is fine. In fact, I record most of my videos in regular OBS because I find it records better. But for streaming, I like the features of Streamlabs. Again, it's just a matter of preference, I guess. Hey, kitty, squeaking a whole bunch. Yes, you are squawking. I don't know what you're squawking about. You got food, water, and a clean poopy pan. Buffy, come here, baby. Come here. Sorry about that. I had my wife call me for just a second. I think the stream has crashed. All right. If any of you are able to see me, I apologize. I'm going to have to crash the stream and open up a new one. I am so sorry. I'm not sure. Everything just went to crap. So if you'll hang on, I promise, I'll be opening up another one in just a couple minutes. Bear with me if you will. I think. It'll even let me do that. Okay. If you can see me, I don't know if you can. I just got a weird pop-up I've never had before.